You're here in the town of Shorebarrow. You've just left the temple and have made your way to the top left corner of the town to the what you believe to be Julius Stredge, local mayor's establishment.
Right. And what was our reason for going here?
I don't know. Maybe if you'd have listened to the intro as well. No.
And he told us before we even started streaming.
Well, I knew that, but I wanted to reiterate it for chat.
Oh, right, yes.
Then go ahead, Jane. Reiterate.
Yeah, Jane. That's
We
a
were
great
told
idea.
that the roads north are blocked by caravans and there's bandits and things are on fire. And if we go to the mayor, then he might help us get a job to help clear it or something.
That's actually not too far
not
off.
terrible.
All right.
That's 60%.
Yeah.
That's
I
about
was gonna
it.
say Shagget stopped typing it to her, but then it started getting wrong. So hurry.
Alrighty. Okay, yeah. So I described the place to you. It was a big house that was architecturally different than everywhere else. It had a stone-walled courtyard, a water fountain, a couple of small buildings on the inside. You had just literally approached it and were staring through the big iron gates at this somewhat impressive home.
Well,
That's-
Andy, how about you take the lead on this one? Sounds like you got all the info we need. Go, step right up. Go ahead. I trust you.
I suppose I can do that, but why don't we go up together as a group and each talk,
About what
when
part?
we feel.
Oh, I like that. Sort of.
All right, come on.
Sort of to solidify the bonds of teamwork and unity between us.
Correct. And
Also,
teamwork and unity is what's going to get us through this weird experience we're having.
Paladin
You're
Paulstone,
right.
thank you for those cheers,
Yeah.
dude.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, is the gate open?
Yeah.
The gate is currently open, yes.
So I'm just going to walk in.
Yeah, just walk up and knock on the door, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, okay. I mean, as you kind of approach the building itself, there's a couple of, workers and stuff that are just, one of them's brushing down a large, fine stallion over to your right. There's another one that's kind of shoveling hay, another one carrying water from the water fountain and filling up the troughs for the animals. None of them seem to bat an eyelid or pay any attention to you as you approach the door, however, other than a sideways glance.
Go to the door and bang on it.
Yeah.
As I love
Nicely.
Bang on it
Honestly,
nicely.
Goliath is kind of loud.
Yeah, very mayorly like we knock on the
Yeah.
Officially.
Okay, so who's knocking? Give me a knock. Tell me what, as soon as this suddenly has become a thing.
Oh. Camera's gonna fall down.
Okay, so a very hard and stout knock.
Well, it's.
from
That's his
Olekna
nice
then.
knock. He's just big and strong.
That's what I like to hear.
7'6" and built
We'll
like
knock
a
on my door.
brick shithouse. Okay.
I hurt my hand.
Jeez.
Fairly quickly, the door is undone by a woman who is kind of rubbing her hands on an apron. Flanzig, thank you for the sub, dude. 24 months.
Thanks,
Damn, you been
man.
around that long?
Thanks, dude.
Appreciate
Wow.
it. Take your pants off, hit your hike.
Thanks,
there we
Brian.
go.
Wait, he got gold before me? What the heck?
Apparently he loves us more than you did. Just saying. So, yeah, it's kind of a middle-aged, frumpy-looking woman. She's got her hair kind of pulled back in a bow. And she's got flour all over her hands, and she's kind of like wiping them down on her apron. Clearly she's been in the process of baking, or she's heavily into the distribution of cocaine, one or the other.
No, she wouldn't have any clothes on if she were into that. I digress.
Okay.
So I'm gonna look down at her and be like, "We're here to see the mayor."
All right, she looks up, she goes, "Oh, well, you're a strange-looking bunch of individuals come knocking in the morn. Bright and early, no less. Is the mayor expecting you at all?"
No.
"Oh, so who shall I say is calling then?"
Tell him opportunity knocks.
"Opportunity."
Is
Yeah.
this another of your phrases?
We're trying to get opportunity from him.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's his opportunity to hire us. To
Right.
help.
Okay.
I understand.
Oh, yes.
We appear to
Okay.
be at an impasse. What I'm asking you, the simple question is, who shall I say is calling? Not what your hopeful goal of the conversation might be.
We never really worked out our name as a collective.
Oh, you
suppose
poor,
we could do
poor
that
barons. You didn't even know your names. We
Well,
were raised in an orphanage.
Well, no, he wouldn't know what our names are as a thing. So that's why maybe I thought of some sort of a tagline might be more enticing for him. Because if we just said our normal names, he wouldn't know us from a can of beans.
Our name is Can of Beans.
Yeah, we're the Can of Beans crew.
I don't like that name.
Too bad. That's it now.
Okay, so you actually want me to go and tell his mayorship that the Can of Beans crew is here to talk to him on this fine morning.
At the very least, say the Cannon Beans and Olegma. That's my.
The Can of Beans and Olekma.
I would like to
see.
be the cannon beans.
The cannon. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I mishear what you said?
Yes.
Oh, the cannon beans. Is that kind of like a play on words to cannonballs, but you shoot beans? And it doesn't
got
really
it.
matter. I'll go fetch him. You all just stay right here. Okay, and she kind of shuts the door on you rather abruptly,
Can we,
That
never,
was a
leaving you
mess.
outside.
can
Nailed
we
it.
really come up with a better name, please?
We will.
Oh, I thought that was pretty good. All right.
Cannon beans.
I don't know what a cannon is. Never heard of it.
You know what a cannon is. They exist in this world.
No, that's still I've never heard of it.
Technically, they
We
don't,
don't have
but
any
that's
more
okay.
We have, yeah. There's black powder and stuff in this world.
That doesn't mean every character's been. Okay.
There's black powder in one continent that we know of. That's true.
Well, see, thank you.
But anyway,
Oh boy.
so the door is eventually opened by a different individual this time, which presumably by his dress is probably the mayor. So the individual standing in front of you, he is about 5'3". He's rather chubby. He's got balding grey hair, a full greying beard, and he seems like he must have been doing some severe exercise, because at the end of the story, hello. What can I do for you? Excuse me.
Right.
I just came in from the kitchen.
You, Mr. Julius Stretch, the mayor.
Oh, yes, sir. Julius Stredge. And you
Yes,
see
we
him
just-
like picking what looks like pieces of pastry out of his beard and throwing it on the floor. And then he holds out a hand to shake it directly in front of Annie.
I will shake his hand daintily.
Now, considering that Britannica and Alekma are 7 foot plus, I think... Cyrano, you're probably potentially the shortest, aren't you? How tall are you?
I'm 100% the shortest. I'm like 5'5", 5'6".
Okay, so he's still shorter than you,
Yeah.
but only 5'3". So
Oh, well, I'm.
he's definitely having to look up at everybody.
Uh-oh. Did we... Matt?
Uh-oh.
Matt's dead.
Hello.
We killed him with his height.
He got
Matt
stuck
froze.
with his mouth open talking. What a surprise.
Hopefully,
Oh, he was gonna say something really good too.
hopefully he'll free
Probably.
up in just a second.
No, I hope he never comes back. Let's keep going.
He'll just show up at my house and try to stream from here.
Just show up and pull. Yeah, he's sitting next to you, and you'll have to like split the
Show
window.
me out of the way.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
That's too bad. He said 1 sec on Facebook.
Okay. All right.
One.
There, he's back.
There you
Okay, he's back,
Hi.
but we'll have to. You guys will have to do your the camera thing again, the camera trick. So
Okay.
turn off
No
cameras.
idea what happened.
All right, so Shagit, we've got
You're
you.
gonna say such a horrible joke. Your computer's.
Then it was Christy,
It stopped itself.
Matt,
Yep.
Jane. There you go. We're back. Okay, sorry about that, guys.
That was weird.
There we go. Can you draw a mustache on him,
You're
please?
about
We
to
should
say
have done.
something. Character was about to say
There's a
something.
good chance that someone might have snapped that in chat. So, Okay,
My character was,
yeah.
I don't know, say something real funny, probably. I don't know. Who knows?
So, yeah, he thrust out his hand to shake Annie's whenever she...
Yeah. I shake it daintily and I say, yes.
His palm is very sweaty.
Ooh, I'm going to avoid touching most of him. And I'm like, High Priest Leonard sent us here to talk with you about a certain,
Oh, the High Priest, eh?
Yes.
Well, I suppose that's, And he kind of, like, starts to peruse you as like he's actually now actually looking at you for the first time, paying attention to who he's talking to. I see. The Narid sent you, did he mention a purpose at all?
Of course, absolutely. Might we come in?
Oh, where are my manners? Please. Yes, do, come in.
Thank you.
Into the kitchen. And he escorts you to the left, down the hallway into the kitchen, where the lady that you saw previously that opened the door is rolling out what appears to be some pastry. And there are a large selection of trays that have got fresh baked goods all on the countertops. There's pies that are kind of cooling on an open window ledge. And as he walks by, he reaches over and grabs one of the pastries and then starts to stuff it in his face again. Help yourself, I suppose.
Well, don't mind if I do.
Okay.
The scones are delicious.
Oh, my favorite.
Okay.
Did you hunt these pastries down?
What?
Aligma? No.
I ask only because
the meat pies specifically. No, the meat pies we slaughtered one of our own cows. You see.
Okay, you have to know what baking is. That doesn't only exist on one continent.
Let me finish. I ask only because I get tired sometimes hunting lively things for to eat, but not things that you bake. Why are you so tired and sweating?
Well, it's long. It was almost 30 steps from the kitchen to the front door and back. I'm
sorry,
not as young and healthy as I used to be, you know.
Oh, Lekma.
What?
Don't. We're so sorry. He's he's from a tribe and
Oh, your tribe way.
new to the culture of this thing.
I don't mean to be rude. It's just that everyone in this town is acting strangely, and it's confusing me.
Oh, what's the strange about it?
You have a bartender who talks to himself, a high priest whose face looks like it's rotted 100 years ago, and now you, a leader of this place, sweating in a kitchen.
Sorry.
He's just having breakfast.
Exactly. What that big lady there said. It's just breakfast time.
I apologize, and I'll be quiet.
Perhaps I could introduce you to the concepts of farming. Might be of value to your tribe.
Perhaps later. We are really here for a certain purpose. It's the Northern Roads.
Oh! Say no more. So you're the ones that they've sent in. Excellent. Yes, we won't beat about the bush any longer. So you're going to go and take care of our bandit problem, are you? Excellent, wonderful.
Well, is that what's going on, bandits?
Well, it would seem to be, I'm afraid. All the wagons that were leaving, heading north, and the ones that were coming south haven't been getting through. We sent a couple of the guards up the road to have a look, and they said that they could see signs of a struggle and burnt-out wagons, carts, discarded cargo crates, stuff like that.
So is fire the main way these bandits are attacking?
Well, I don't really know. Wasn't a great deal of flames, from what I understand. It's mostly just, probably, the old ambush coming out of the trees. Ha-ha! Give us your stuff, kill, whatever. But they're very bloodthirsty. They don't tend to just take the goods and run, you see. They tend to do bloody murder to whoever it is that they have to ambush.
And they don't take what's left?
Oh no, they absolutely do. Anything of any value or worth.
Okay.
But yes, the biggest problem is, of course, and our exports that we send northwards to the small village of Ashenford aren't getting through, and anything coming down from the south isn't managing to arrive, so we're having a bit of a supply and demand problem. So I suppose it's time to open up the coffers and pay someone of worth to go and take care of the bloody problem.
When's the next caravan set to go north?
Well, they've stopped. Nobody's...
Okay, they're just...
In
they're
theory,
done.
no one's going north right now because, well, there's really no point. We've had a few, a few people try to sneak a few goods off by avoiding the main road, but, of course, the terrain is too rough to take any wagon or carts or anything like that of any weight, so a little bit small stuff.
And what of your other roads?
Well,
I assume it's not the only way out, is it?
That's the only properly formed road out of Shore Barrow, yes. Everything else, of course, comes in through the ocean or down the coastline.
Have there been any survivors from any of these attacks?
Not that we've had the privilege of speaking to, no.
Well, you're in luck because the four of us are trying to find something to do here.
Well,
And we can probably help you with this bandit problem.
Hopefully help you.
Right, guys? Are you in?
I
More or
understood
less.
that that's what Leonard had said, that he would find somebody adequate to take care of the issue. So I suppose you're the adequate ones, I guess.
Well, we have...
I mean, look at the
crossed
size of those
ocean,
two.
We've fought winged beasts. We have survived many months out on the sea. So I think we might be capable of a couple bandits.
That's a great resume. You fought some winged beast and sailed.
So clearly we're very well
very
equipped to deal with bandits.
We're the adequate.
Well, yes, so let's discuss a price then. But we have another one of these scones. Never discuss business on an empty stomach. So, you want one? Sure.
I'm okay. My
yeah.
friends will discuss the cost of
Lovely meat pies up on the counter, you know, and some apple.
I'm digging in.
Okay.
I'm not.
Yeah, all freshly baked pastries, so they're all very delicious.
Is there a sickness going around?
Sickness? What do you mean?
An illness? Anything?
Oh, yeah. Well, supposedly, I don't know. I feel fine. I mean, look at me. I'm clearly in the prime of health.
I was just wondering because High Priest Leonard was talking about it, and I don't really see anything wrong with a lot of people here, except for him.
Yes, about that.
That's a very different thing altogether. He's always looked a bit rough, I would say.
It's a little more than rough.
Well, come on now, let's be polite. I mean, it's not very fair to mock the physicality of a priest, is it?
I understand. When's the last time you saw him?
Oh, a couple of days ago, I suppose.
And he's lived in this town for how long?
Well, as long as I can remember. Yes, let's see, I'm in my mid-50s. He's in his mid-50s. Yes, I grew up here as a boy, and I've known him at least since I was a teenager. Of course, he wasn't a high priest then.
Right.
And he looked as he did.
Well, not as a kid, no. He just didn't age well, I suppose. Not
So when
entirely
did
sure what
affliction
happened to him, but seems to have some strange and embarrassing skin disease, where his skin tends to hang a little bit more loose than the average person. Looks a bit like Saint Bernard or I don't know, one of those hound dogs that have the big jowls, you know. Anyway, as I said, it's not fair to make fun of the man.
All right, you're
Not
quick.
making fun at all. I'm just trying to understand the root of his affliction.
That's unfortunate, I suppose. I really don't know.
So
But
his
he's
parents,
looked like that for a while.
and his parents.
His father is still alive, but he's a bit senile now. He's not very, can't really have a conversation with anybody. His mother died quite a few years back.
My sympathies.
Yes. Well, do any of you any good with medicine? Of any kind? I've got a bit of a problem.
Is it the illness going around?
No, it's gout. You see, I do tend to like gravy and meat pies, and unfortunately, it has caused my left foot to swell rather, and it's very painful.
I suppose I could take a look. I mean,
If you wouldn't mind.
swollen foot or two in my day.
And he sits down, and
okay.
you see him kind of struggle to lift his leg up into his lap because his stomach is so round.
All right.
Would one of you mind help pulling off my boot?
Go ahead, Annie. Give it a tug.
They're quite clean. I haven't been outside and walked through any of the pig shit yet.
I'm going to turn my face and try to gently take his
Gently!
boot off.
Oh,
sorry. I'm so
easy,
sorry.
easy.
Sorry. Okay, here I go. Finish it. There we go.
Alright, so yeah, you pull it off, and as soon as it does, it kind of pops off and you can see that his ankle is incredibly puffy and swollen.
That's definitely not normal.
And at which point, then he just points at the sock. Would you just give that a tug?
How about we just leave the sock on?
Well, you can't really see the problem with the sock on, you see.
No, it's okay. I can tell. Here, let me see. Let me take a look. And I'm gonna examine it kind of from a distance, with maybe a heel check or something.
Okay, I'll give you a check, but you're not gonna get much from looking at a foot with a sock on it from a distance.
Okay.
It's not the greatest medical examination in the world.
Are you sure?
With a
21.
Okay, with a 21, I will go as far as to say, by the swelling and stuff like that, you could probably definitely confirm it is the gout. If it's that bad, it's not unknown of to amputate feet when things come to that point. And the trouble is, unlike a regular illness or whatever, even if you did some kind of magical cure, if he continues to eat meat pies and drink gravy and organ meats and stuff like that, it's gonna come back. So the true answer is he needs to change his diet.
Right. All right. I'm gonna pick up his boot and say, "Let's get this back on you." I definitely gout. The only thing you can do is perhaps eat some vegetables once in a while.
Vegetables?
Yes, vegetables. They're good for
Horrid
you.
things. Can't you use some leeches or something on it to bring the swelling down?
I'm afraid it's pretty severe. And you can either eat better or you might just have to amputate it.
Amputate it? Oh, I don't want to look like one of those bloody peg-leg pirates that come loitering around here. No, that won't do at all.
You could make up a really cool story about how you lost your foot.
Okay,
Maybe
but
get
while
some-
a cool story would be briefly entertaining, having a foot is significantly more of value. You understand that?
It'll be like that one man at the bar with the missing hand that says bitten on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, the dwarf down there, old Tom.
Yes,
Tom's it.
old Tom. Yes.
Yes, no, one short, stumpy fellow with missing appendages plenty for this town. So, vegetables then. Carrots and things.
That's my suggestion as an uncertified health counselor.
Okay. As he's saying this, you can see the cook is rolling her eyes and clearly she's been telling him this for a while, but You know, she kind of... So after that, she's like, you see? I told you. But perhaps you'll listen to somebody that might know a bit more about medicine and not just your cook. Yes, whatever, woman. I suppose for supper tonight we can have some cabbage then. Anyway.
It all starts with a small change, don't worry.
I appreciate your advice. What's the fee?
Oh, it's free. We should probably discuss
kind of you.
the gold price for the caravan test, though.
Oh, yes, yes, so what are we talking about then? To take care of our bandits. What do you think? What's a fair price?
Well, why don't you give us an offer first?
Oh, I see. Well, you've done this sort of thing before, yes? You experienced it.
Sure.
Chopping bandits' heads off and stuff.
We have fought together as a group.
In a bar? Are we talking about in a bar and brawl, or in a war somewhere? Or
no, we have work experience working together.
I
we
see.
know that's important for a job interview.
It's just the four of you, is it?
Mm-hmm.
And look how tall these two are.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
so
They're
they pretty much count as two people.
monumentally gigantuan, aren't they? Really?
Two people apiece, right? Because we are two people.
No. I mean, two each. So really, it's like you're getting 6 for the price of 4.
That's right.
Well, I mean, I definitely want to hire intimidating and capable sorts, and well, I don't know about capable, but you certainly are intimidating. That's for sure.
That's half the battle sometimes.
Oh, no, absolutely. But quite honestly,
Biggest lady I've ever seen.
so how does 30 gold crowns a head sound?
I was thinking more 50.
Yes, it's a good start.
Yeah, it's a good start. I'd say 50 sounds better.
So I say 30, you say 50, we'll meet in the middle at 40. How does that sound?
45 small.
45.
Free gout treatment, but no, she's a haggler when it comes to the
I
price
did
of it.
give you a free gout treatment.
Well, the free essence
Well,
is
you
nice.
kind of gave me
Yours
more of
good.
a gout examination and a bit of advice more than a treatment, but no, it's very much appreciated. It's nice to have the information ratified by you, clearly someone of a medical nature, as opposed to a cook.
Yes.
Oh, and a high priest, because he told me the same thing. But never mind. 45 it is, then. 45 ahead.
Great. Let's shake on it, please.
Oh, absolutely. All right, shakes your hand. Right then, so, how do we normally do this? Give you a down payment now, the rest on completion of the job, or what's the deal?
Well, if you'd like, you could just give us the whole thing.
That would be very unwise of me, wouldn't it? Because then you might disappear and I never see you again. No.
True. We wouldn't
Yes.
do that, but...
Half now, half upon when the job's completed.
Well,
And a nice tip if we do well.
A tip's always appreciated. It's not necessary, but it is appreciated.
okay. Well, as soon as I did meet you a little further on the price, let's say I'll give you 20 each in advance and the 25 on completion.
Sure.
There we go. Right, oh.
What?
And he turns to his cook. I say, could you go and fetch my money purse? I really don't want to put this boot back on at the moment. It's kind of swollen a little, and, it is upstairs. So, whatever. And she wipes her hands down and goes off, strolling upstairs. Yeah, so any information I can provide you that might assist, ask away.
All right, so how far north should we go on this road? Just about how many hours?
Well, if you travel north across the open plain, you'll see a large forest to your right-hand side. About a day or so's travel. There's like a little caravan way station where people have lit fires and pulled rocks and stuff. That's a lot of the places where people used to stop. A day outside and continue on the following day, sort of a rest point. That's where most of the attacks have been happening, in and around there. So, when you find you'll find a clearing, some old burnt-out fires and stuff like that. You'll know you found the place. It's about a day's north.
Okay. Any other questions you guys have?
Are you sure it's in fact bandits?
Well, bandits, the term, of course, is very, a descriptive thing in the fact that they are people that attack caravans and steal the goods, so it is banditry. Exactly who these people are, we have no idea. We did actually send a scout a few days ago, but he never returned, so I don't actually know.
Oh, the poor soul. What was his name?
Oh, the scout that we sent north?
Yes, just in case we bump into him.
Young lad. Hermond.
Hermond.
Yes. Should you see him, he's about 5'8", short brown hair, kind of a spindly-looking fellow.
All right.
He was caught thieving from the market, so the good captain offered him the opportunity to go and pay his debt to society by doing us a solid.
Right. All right, well, I'm ready to go.
Well,
Catch some bandits.
Here she comes. Purse. Right, he opens up his money purse and 20 gold crowns there. And, there we are, 80 gold crowns, as agreed. The remaining 100 when you return.
Perfect.
Please, you understand this is quite a steep installment. So, want to make sure that you do a good job, a thorough job. We'll need some evidence too, of course.
The cannon beans are true to their word. We will get this done.
The cannon
And
beans.
if not, we shall return and let you know.
And Alekma.
The cannon beans in Alekma. I'm not entirely sure what this is. Is it like what is it? Just sort of a...
My name is Alekma. Alekma Valukanati.
It was the cannon beans.
And
It's
the rest
a
of you
working
are,
title.
The cannon beans. Cannon beans. Okay, whatever. Yes, as I said, I need some kind of evidence, some kind of proof that the problem has been resolved.
Like what?
Oh, I
Like
don't
a
know.
head?
Oh, no, nothing so
no,
grotesque
no
and
head.
hideous as a head.
Oh, I
No,
wanted
no,
to
no.
bring back a head.
Well, why not a head? What, it might be the only thing we have, guys.
I
We
don't
don't
know.
know.
The bandits' weapons, or I don't know.
Stuck
Whatever
on the
seems
head?
appropriate.
We will bring back trophies for you too.
No arms, no ears, noses.
No, I would
legs,
never.
hands.
The weapons would work for me.
Well, how do you know we don't just take weapons from... okay, sure. If a random weapon works for you, it's fine with me.
Well, no, I'm not saying it should be a weapon. I'm just saying some kind of proof. Find something that would satisfy my desire.
Like a note that says, "We're gone now. Love bandits." Would
Well,
work
of course not. But should you find letters that or
Any proof,
manifestos of previous wagons, then at least I would know for sure that you had obviously encountered the bandits. That would be not a terrible start.
Okay, well, great.
Whatever, just if I'm satisfied, I'm satisfied. If not, I'll have to send you north, and maybe you can take some of the town guards back that way and show them your handiwork.
Okay. Let's go. I think we're on our way north, right?
We're ready. Ready to go.
Okay.
I just keep thinking, what if only they have body parts? That's stuff that's left over.
Yeah, that's what I mean. What if that's all they
They don't
got?
have any notes. They just have necklaces of ears. That's all. Stretched out of manifestos.
Hey, as you said, whatever you can find. Okay, so so you guys are gonna head straight north.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't know if...
I mean, it's only mid-morning by now, so I mean it's still fairly early.
Would we want a caravan or anything? Just go. I don't know where we would get one, but
I mean, I think we would just go, right?
Just go, yeah.
just go. All right, cool. Let's head there.
Okay, alrighty then. Let me fix a little tunage. Oh.
It's so quiet.
I know, right? Because I'm missing some of my audio.
I ho, it's off to work we go.
Dun, 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 dun.
Give me a second here. I'm missing some audio.
We're the worst.
That's a little squirrel.
That? Oh,
That
I
was a
thought it was a weird snake.
Right?
Yeah.
What you having to say?
Who's after the snake, guys? Look up that snake there. I heard it from a mile away.
Nick.
Right?
It's just mine, don't worry.
You can clip all that. That's fine. You can have that gore for your,
That Foley work is.
There you go,
for
right?
your
Yeah.
next tour.
Free of charge.
You can keep that one.
Let's see.
No, junk.
Hi ho.
Do a spider sounds.
I refuse. Just thinking about no.
Yeah, there's a couple that I normally have, and for some reason I haven't.
A
had
helicopter, guys.
I didn't have my glasses on this morning, and I opened up a cabinet and I saw this black thing run across, and I didn't know if it was a big spider or like a cockroach because I was so blind.
Either
was
one's
scared.
terrible.
It was Norman.
It was Norman.
There
It
we
was a
go.
cockroach.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I hate cockroaches.
Pretty nonchalant about that.
I hate them so much.
Did it add 'em?
Just a cockroach in my dirty, disgusting house.
Cockroaches are very common in Florida. And it's
We
the
don't
worst
have
part
to.
about Florida.
We banished them from California. They're not allowed here.
Yeah, they're not too expensive.
Oh, that's
They
interesting.
can't afford the avocados.
Just like everybody else.
You're like, nope, we can't have that.
Ooh, Jack, you're watching the one with Thelonious Conch? That would be our last campaign, right?
Yeah, that was the campaign before this one.
Whatever that was.
Way more entertaining than this one.
What was it? Rise of the Fallen.
Yeah, Rise of the Fallen.
Jesus,
There we
my
go.
memory.
Or Wrath of the Fallen. Which one was it?
It was Rise, because Wrath was the one years
Right.
ago.
Yeah, I wasn't in
Yeah,
that one.
I hope.
Okay.
There we go.
Jack, just keep in mind that was a 5th edition game. This is 3.5. Just so some of the rules are slightly different, but you'll catch on quick. It's not that.
So serene, guys.
There we go. Yeah, I just I
Oh.
always have these. I always queue these up, and for some reason, when I set up the audio for this campaign, I didn't add these two.
I gotta pee now. All that water.
Is it raining or is it just a?
Is it wind? It's the wind.
Oh, it's the wind.
A little windy.
It was the wind.
It's the rainy wind.
It was the wind all
Fucking wind.
along. All right, there we go.
God, learn your nature sounds.
Hate role playing wind.
What experience do you have with nature sounds?
Yeah,
So much. I know there's wind and rain, I'll tell you that much.
right. Okay. All right, so you guys are going to head on the road north. All right, well, as you head out of town, it's mostly just kind of rough, open plains. The ground it's not smooth. It's very kind of rugged. There's a lot of like shrubbery, a lot of rocks and stuff like that. So it's not like this land hasn't really been processed, tilled. Is there a tinging sound?
Yeah,
It was an accident.
Oh,
It was
okay.
an
I wonder what it
accident.
was. I was like,
Sorry.
I don't remember that being in the audio
I
before.
dropped my pen.
Miners in the distance.
Wait, did they sneak? Is there a blacksmith that snuck into the forest?
I hear the bandits. I hear them.
There they are. They're sure the weapons. Hurry, get them.
They're not very stealthy, guys. I hear them.
Right. But yeah, after a couple of hours, you can see, as described by the mayor, Julius Stredge, there is a forest up to the right off the road. It is a large kind of deciduous forest. You know, mostly it's oak trees, beech, ash, not pine trees, which means, of course, it's not very dense. But I mean, it's clearly a very large wooded area that goes as far as the eyes can see, probably north and to the east.
And does the road go next to it, or does it go into it?
The
No,
road
we
runs parallel with it. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a gap between it and the road, but obviously, from here, I mean, you were assuming this, of course. I mean, for all you know, but logic, why would they cut the road into the forest for,
I would say as we travel north, I would be paying particular attention to the forest to see if there's anything going to jump out at us or anything lurking as we walk.
Alrighty. Okay. Yeah, that sounds feasible. Late afternoon, as it's still light, but it's just starting to get dark. Up ahead, you can start to see the signs of what these people may have been talking about. There you go. Okay. Yeah, so up ahead on the right-hand side, you can see what appears to be some discarded crates. There's some busted barrels, things like that. Over on the left-hand side, you can see what seems to be some large logs, some large rocks that have been strategically positioned, and several burn marks on the ground where it looks like, numerous campfires have been had.
Sweet. Do you think we should, start looking for clues, signs of struggle?
Well, at first I want to take a look and see when the last time someone inhabited this area was.
Okay, I'll take your lead. I don't really know what to do.
Okay, everybody, if you will, give me a spot check.
Spot check, okay.
Oh.
And let me pull a sheet up real quick, sorry.
Yeah.
I need 1 second.
Got it.
Ooh, that was almost real good. And then it was.
Okay, so we got Annie with the 13, Alekma is a 7, Britannica 15,
Nice.
Serrano with a
Nice.
6. Britannica, do you have any kind of talents that would give you exceptional vision, or?
Do I? Where would I see that?
You have the
somewhere
cool
on
eyes
your,
feat, right?
Might be under the miscellaneous or
Feats.
or all. If you pull your all tab up on your sheet, you should be able to find it somewhere on there.
Did you check the binoculars eyes feat or no?
I don't know. I don't think I have anything for eyeballs.
You don't have the augmentation eyeball feat?
I can see in the dark.
Okay, what does it actually say? Does it say you have night vision or?
Twice as far in starlight, moonlight, torchlight.
Then that's good enough. So you actually can see, and I guess being so much taller, it helps a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Over to the right, inside the trees, something catches your eye. You catch what appears to be just a glimmer of light, like it was almost like a torch light or a lantern light that was being snuffed out. It was high up in the tree line. As you kind of squint and stare at the line itself, it looks like maybe several hundred yards back in the forest, up one of the tallest trees, there seems to be like a little wooden platform. And you can see what appears to be some humanoid. It's too far and too dark to get much of a description. Seems to be scurrying down the tree. Almost like it was some kind of lookout point. But nobody else would have seen that. You wouldn't have if it hadn't been the fact that you've got superior vision in the dark.
Hey, guys. Something. Way over there. If you squint really hard, it looks like I don't know. I would describe it as like maybe some sort of observation deck of some kind.
Okay. Did they see us?
I don't know. He just kind of ruffled around and then skittered off. So maybe they snuffed out the light.
So we've been spotted, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Should we go can we get him? Was he that far?
I mean, we can go over there and check it out.
Should we get the guy that spotted us?
Did we get him? What do you mean, did we get him?
How far off was this place you saw this thing?
I mean, guessing, like over the tops of the trees, several hundred yards.
Yards? Oh, wow.
Yeah, it
Several
wasn't like
hundred
right
yards.
here, near close to the edge.
So we either enter the forest, fail to find him because he probably would run farther than we could catch up, and then they'll know we spotted him, or we make it seem like we didn't, but we are aware.
I think that plan, because obviously they're going
Oh, play the bait.
Yes.
Brilliant idea, Lekma. How do we do that?
We camp.
Okay, what do we do when they come, though? I'm a little nervous.
We
Maybe some
kill.
of us hide and some of us wait.
Can I hide?
That
Well,
actually is fine with me.
Sure.
I'll probably hide.
Okay, yes, I'll hide with you.
You guys look more baity than we do.
Well, we're tall and big. They'll probably
You're
just
not
go
gonna
after us.
hide. Yeah,
Wait, we're not gonna hide?
No, you're going to hide.
I'm hiding.
Okay,
I don't
let's
care what you
hide.
say.
Let's hide.
Okay, hide.
I'll tell you what's little one, because you are tiny.
Yeah, I got it. Thanks.
You hide. I will send my snake necktie a little further into the woods to smell out the potential visitors. And if it spots or smells it, he will alert you, and then you will alert us quietly.
How will it alert him?
It'll climb to where he is hiding.
Okay, let's chop them.
And then what? Oh, and then what?
Then you tell us, you motion or something.
You know, a hand signal.
Make a bird sound or,
I got it. Coo, 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 coo.
a believable bird sound.
I like that one.
I thought that was a good bird sound. Thank you.
We don't want to get confused with all the regular birds.
Okay, let's hide quick.
How about Serrano? Serrano, so you know it's me.
Where are you going to hide first? Show me.
Serrano. That's gonna be my call. Where am I gonna hide?
Let's look around these trees here.
Well, where are you going to camp? Is the first question.
The campsite, obviously.
Okay. Well, I didn't know.
It's over here.
I didn't know if you wanted that one or there's one over here too.
All right, so who is this over here? Is that Annie?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, when you walk over here, what you're seeing, as I said, it's like there's broken barrels. There are wooden crates that have had the tops smashed in.
Okay.
There's like semi-decomposed vegetables in that one of the crates. Probably a week or so ago, it was decent food. But apparently, whoever it was that busted into the crates wasn't impressed by its contents.
Okay. I found a compost.
All right. But I'm gonna walk over with her.
Gross.
So is this where we're gonna set up camp, guys, or?
Yes, do it here so we can gather in the trees around you.
Also, all of you can give me another spot check.
Ugh. No. I'm scared though.
Hey, that's more
Nice.
Yay.
Nice. Oh.
Oh God.
Ouch, Serrano, that's
Okay,
nice.
can I say one thing? Except for my 20, I have not rolled anything good.
Bad job.
Seriously,
You've had
it's-
pants dice.
That's really
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
It seriously.
You might need
Okay.
to change your color of your dice.
There you
But I
go.
don't wanna.
Right, so, Britannica, you notice
You're right.
over here what appears to be a busted spear laying on the ground. Alekma, you've noticed here what appears to be kind of like a very crude hatchet. What the Bloodbender, thanks for the resub. 44 months. Thank you, my
Thank
friend.
you,
Much
Blood.
love. Take your
Wow.
pants off. Hit the height.
Wow.
So,
Annie. Oh, sorry.
So I was about to say, so yeah, the crude, it's kind of like wood, but it has like a large jawbone that's been sharpened, so it's kind of a very kind of natural made hand axe.
Interesting.
The spear that you can see that's busted does have a metal head on it though, and it actually looks like a military style spear. What did you roll? 19? Yeah, I mean, it's probably the sort of thing that you would have expected maybe an organized militia to carry or something like that. But it's not rudimentary. It was a well-made weapon.
Okay.
Andy.
Yes.
I hate to point this out to you, but looking between you and Sirio,
close enough.
Serrano.
Nope.
Can't say your name. I'm sorry.
Cyrano.
It's Cyrano. Jesus Christ. You don't exactly hide well.
Oh.
Look at yourself. You don't blend in at all.
I'm gonna look down at my metal armor.
Well, you could. You could put shrubbery on top of you to mask it,
Yeah, with your
camouflage
big
it.
Probably almost here already.
sunburned orange cloak and your metal armor just crouched down underneath a large tree.
Oh, you could be the autumn leaves. They won't know.
Fine, I will be next to you, Alekma. You're right.
Where are you gonna hide?
Next to you.
No. Cyrano, where are you gonna hide?
Well, is this where we're going to set up our fake camp here, our bait camp?
Yeah.
Probably right in this tree here. Yeah.
Okay.
This
You
seems
want to
a
like
good spot.
climb up into the tree, or
Yeah, not too high, so I can be able to get down easily enough.
gotcha? All right.
So I'm
Being the type of tree it is, what's your base dex?
Oh, thank God! They're gonna ask me to roll. I'm like, please don't.
Oh, I'm going to, but
My base dex is 18.
okay. Climbing this tree is not a problem for you at all. I mean, I'm not going to make you roll for it. However, you can give me a roll to see just how well you're concealed.
Okay. Hide.
Yeah.
Okay.
My hide is -6.
Okay, 15. That's
15.
That's decent. Yeah. All right, so he disappears up into the tree. I think based on that, Britannica can probably see him because she sees very well in the dark, but only because she knows that he's there. For the other two of you, he's probably pretty much disappeared.
She doesn't see me, dude. She thinks she sees me. She doesn't.
No, that's a pine cone. That's a pair of pine cones. That's not me.
Yeah.
So,
How many fingers am I holding up, dummy?
Your smallest 2 pine cones.
Okay, so Serrano, yeah, he's up in the tree. And again, you're high enough up to be concealed, but where you can drop down without injuring yourself. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so what about the rest of you?
I am going to sit around the campfire spots. And
Okay, over on this
I'm
side?
gonna, I guess. I mean,
We're gonna make a
we're gonna do that one.
fire.
Well, this is not a campsite. This is basically looks like where they just dragged some of the cargo and like smashed it open to see what was in it. So they're just like discarded, broken wooden barrels and crates.
Oh. Well, I guess we're going over here then.
Wait! What?
Okay.
I don't want to be in the open like
Where are
that.
you going? Use it for Tinder or something.
So close to the trees. That's how fires start in the
Just a
forest.
small fire. Just a small fire. And
What
I'm
are you,
gonna...
Smokey the Bear?
As I said, a giant bear comes out with a hat and says,
I know not to start fires right next to fucking trees.
"He's a druid. He don't want to burn the
I'm
fire
a druid. I know better.
Put up some stones. Do a little fire break. Do something. Easy solutions.
You did walk over here before they called you back, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then what you definitely also noticed is numerous arrows that were stuck either in a log, in the ground.
That's a bad sign.
Because of that, I am going to be like, these sprites. I want to walk back. Because that is out in the open. I don't want to get bombarded with arrows. So I'm slumping my shoulders and be like, okay, we'll do it here. Make it small. Not too fiery.
I got it.
I'm just saying, I am looking at this point. I'm on watch duty. Just letting you know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm going to send my snake into the forest.
As you do.
Because my snake is a tiny viper, and it has this ability called Sense, which it can suss out opponents within 30 feet if they have a particular stench or smell that's unnatural or different from the rest of the forest.
I got a tiny viper.
All right. Do you have any
so
kind
sorry.
of
Sorry to hear that.
telepathic link with your snake?
I do have a link, and I can share spells.
Okay,
Those are
and
the
what's
two
the
things
distance of your link? So how far can your little worm be away from you and you still know
Oh my god.
what's going on?
It actually doesn't say on the list, but I'm not sending them too far out. I'll have to look that up. So other people talk while I look this up.
All right, I'm making the campfire. I'll probably try to position my body in a way once I'm done that is like slightly behind Olegma, so if an arrow shoots it, it's him. Just because I'm kind of scared. Scared.
I'm a scared.
You're
Well-
scared.
I'm scared. You can't right now.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing.
All right. So you guys are you lighting a fire, or are you just going to kind of sit around on the ground and?
I'm lighting a fire.
Okay. All right.
I'll probably do it into this compost thing.
Okay. So basically, yeah, you just kind of empty out the fruit and use the box as a fire base and set it on fire. That'll work.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's give you a campfire then, shall we?
Yes, yes.
Oh my God! You set the whole forest on it. There we
Oh
go.
god.
Woohoo.
All right, there you go. Okay. So you sit down and with all the broken wood, the busted barrels, there's plenty of wood here, plus the discarded branches of some of these trees. So you don't have to travel far at all to get enough wood to make a significant fire. So you can make it as small or as large as you wish. But either way, it doesn't take you more than about 15 minutes until you've got a nice little campfire crackling away.
Awesome.
Okay.
It doesn't. None of what I've read about teaching animals tricks or the link doesn't have a distance attached to it. But I assume it's not infinite, right? So. I mean, I would honestly only send them 30 to 60 feet out at max.
Yeah.
And say, if you smell anything, just come back so we can see you, so we'll know it's coming. We'll have a little forewarning.
Okay.
With a sense. It's a sensibility that he has.
Yep. There we go. All right, so you send your sneaky into the woods. All right, Serrano is perched up his tree. You guys are all sitting around the campfire. Anything specific you around the campfire are doing? Or just trying to act like you're just oblivious idiots that have just lit a fire and have camped around it on the way too close to town?
We're oblivious idiots anyway, right? Even if we try to strategize.
I'm trying to look like I'm not looking over in that direction where I saw the thing, but I'm just kind of like, as I
Okay,
tend-
so subconsciously you're kind of keeping an eye on the trees. I mean, you guys are very close to the tree line where you are, and it is getting dark. So it's starting to, again, the fact that Britannica can see well in this dim light is definitely to your advantage. Because unless Annie or Alekma have any superior vision, it's not too long before you guys can't see squat beyond the tree line because it's just too dark and shadowy in there. And Serrano, do you have any superior vision at all, or?
I don't think I'm a human, so probably not.
Okay, and I'm sure you're not dumb enough to be hiding up the tree with a lantern.
No, God.
So,
Yes.
Anybody out
okay.
here?
Alrighty. Well, we will allow you guys to make a listen check, first of all.
Okay.
So, yeah, everyone throw a listen roll for me.
Come on, Sarah, now.
Oh, wow.
Oh!
There it is! Look at him.
Sorry,
I'm so proud of you.
I did it.
Natural 20! I was going to say, that was a bit delayed.
Spam your 20s, everyone! It's Christy's first time.
Spam your 20s. All right, natural 20. There you go. Awesome sauce.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Alrighty. Get you on the board with the first natural 20. And those of you that said Christy would roll the first natural 20 of the night.
Yeah.
Not on me. No.
No, there was a few.
Damn.
3 people. Dr. Freak Show,
Oh, yay.
High Five, and Paul Stones. You all won lots of golds because of Christy. So there you go. All right. So let's see. Everybody rolled decent except, of course.
Of course!
It's the trouble when you're up in the tree. You see all those branches muffling your ears. It's damn crickets are up there. Chirp, 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 chirp. Shut up, for fuck's sake. Okay. Well, all of you can hear what sounds like slow movement coming from somewhere inside the tree line. It's very clear that there are some things, more than one thing, moving very methodically, very slowly in your direction. It is not long at all before a snake comes slithering out of the forest and slithers up Alekma's leg, around his arm, his torso, and round his neck. And yes, the snake has sensed some unpleasant smelling humanoids that seem to be coming in this direction.
So I'm going to immediately wield 2 of my javelins, one in my offhand, one in my main hands.
Okay.
And kind of like squats, like awkwardly. So it looks like I'm still sitting, but my knees are bent. And be like, they're coming.
So you're kind of poised so that you can get a
spring up, basically.
And hurl a javelin. Okay. All right, so that's what you're doing. At this point, I would say, Chris Tactics, you can give me a spot check as well. Because you could possibly see them.
Let's see if I spot them.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
There are 3 or 4 fairly large, hunched, crouched humanoid figures that seem to be wearing... Can't really make it out, again, because it's very dark and all you're really seeing is the shadowy shapes, but it looks like they've got, like, either furs on or something like that, or they're kind of animalistic looking. But they are slowly creeping very carefully in a low, poised position towards the edge of the tree line. They, like, move a couple of feet and then they stop. And they move another couple of feet and then they stop. Obviously, they think that they are stalking up on you guys, and you're, in theory, unaware. Okay, so
Howard, go.
so you see some delicious burritos. I mean,
Oh, God, please.
yeah. So you've seen these figures slowly skulking towards you. Clearly, they are making their way towards your campfire. After a short period of time. Serrano, from your vantage point, you will also be able to see as these individuals start to move through the trees and begin to get closer and closer to the clearing. Okay, so Britannica, by now you can see them a lot clearer. All of you that heard them can hear where the noises are coming from, and you're able to kind of glance through and see what it seems to be that's approaching. They are thick, rough, rugged-looking humanoids. They've got fairly large, kind of furry brows, almost kind of like animal-like noses. They're crouched, but you could imagine if they stood up, they're probably a good 6 foot plus. They're kind of hulky and bulky. And the fur that you saw is actually probably theirs, because their hair is very thick and matted. One of them has kind of like a short bow that he's holding sideways, which would probably explain some of the arrows that you saw earlier. The others seem to have somewhat rudimentary looking rough and rugged weapons. And let me go ahead and pull my thingy up here.
I swear, I had an image of a bunch of furries attacking us. I don't know.
And is it holding the crossbow sideways like a cool gangster guy?
No, it's not a crossbow. It's a short. It's like a short bow, but he's holding it low down and sideways. Is that way you fire it through the trees, where upright would be a bit cumbersome, difficult.
Sure.
Got it.
Yeah. He's holding it like this. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was like, yo.
Got his Glock. He's got his Glock on your block.
Don't ever say that.
Yo, listen up.
What, yo? I can't say yo?
Yo.
I can say
Okay.
yo, dude.
I know.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of look at everybody else and kind of make wide eyes a little bit, just kind of stretch, and be like, "Oh man, it was so hard being on the trail for 4 hours. 4 hours we were on the trail, and I'm so tired. I just would like to take a break.
Okay.
These darn 4 hours."
Did I mention the 4 hours that we were on the trail?
I know.
And then I'm gonna kind of stretch out my axe, just like,
Wiggle it a little bit, because that's what you do with an axe.
I really don't think Alekma would get that.
I knew it!
I get it just fine, but I'm trying to think, would Alekma know that as a strategy of... Yeah, okay. It's funny.
I mean,
Really funny.
You're on the road for 10 hours. What?
Did I see you do like a hand sign where you was like 4
Yeah, I was like-
hours?
Okay. Okay.
How
okay.
dumb is Alekma?
No, he's actually smarter than a normal Goliath. I get it. No, he's...
So, I mean, of course, it's entirely your call, but
No, I get it. Okay.
okay, thanks.
I was like, yes, I think I'm gonna get more firewood. Stand up.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my hand on the hilt of my scimitar and walk this way. I think I saw some here.
All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm,
So you're casually just spreading
Yeah.
yourselves out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm gonna do the same. Just
those without the vision can't see them in the woods.
Well, you can see them now. You just couldn't see them before. You can
And-
see the darker. You can kind of see the dark, crouched shapes, but primarily because you heard them, so you kind of glance over there with your peripheral vision,
Okay.
and can see these large bumps that weren't there on the tree line before.
Okay. So, whoops. So this is my line of sight, even though you said it's dark and you can kind of see them.
You can. The trees are. So basically, the canopy of the trees is high enough up to where there's a good 3 or 4 feet below the trees. So if you're crouched down, even though you're 7
javelin.
foot tall or 7 foot
Yeah.
6, whatever, from a crouched position, you can see one of these things kind of poised and ready in that kind of.
And I would throwing a javelin, either crouched or standing, be just extra difficult because of.
Not at that
canopy?
distance, I would say, because you're not trying to throw it far. I mean, if you're
Right.
crouched, you're definitely not going to get as much distance because you don't have the leverage. But to just hurl one side point through underneath the trees.
Okay, so
You know.
I'm going to hold my action, but be ready the second they really start to move in earnest or to do their ambush. I will throw it immediately, right
Okay.
before they attack.
Well,
That's what I'm
all of you probably want to go ahead and give me an initiative roll then. Let's get that
Okay.
out. Let's see where you're going to be.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Annie. Oh, bye.
Annie, are you okay?
Oh no.
Oh,
Uh,
oh Lord.
sorry, I had to.
Why did I pick that name? I know why.
Why did you pick that name?
All right.
I named it after a
Serrano.
historical figure.
Stupid every dice roll.
And
You know
Britannica.
you're gonna sneak attack today, Matt. And it's gonna be epic. Come on, we know it. We believe.
I hope.
Okay.
Hasn't happened yet.
Alrighty. And
All right, new dice color again, I guess.
actually, just as a side note, Shaggy, when you get a chance, can you fix that macro? On
The macro
initiative?
is. Yeah, I'll look into it.
You know, because
I will.
it's doing the point
Yeah.
00 thing, which is annoying. So
Yeah.
That's a Roll20 thing. That's not a you guys thing. All right, and let me go ahead and do a GM roll, and we'll see where our little friends are going to be on the initiative chat. All right, there we go. Okay. Okay, so in your poised position. So, Alekma, technically you're going first. So you said you're holding your action until they actually make a...
Sorry.
That's right. Okay. I wasn't saying fix it now. You can fix
Quite
it before
the
next
thing.
session.
It was one thing I was just trying to delete.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right.
All right. Britannica, what's your thought process?
Damn it.
Yeah, what's your thought process?
What's my super
Christy?
Where's my burrito?
Tell us your tactics, please.
Yeah, Chris Tactics.
It's in your name, so clearly you have a tactical mind for these things.
Stop berating my friend.
Indulge us.
I'm gonna shout. Hey, is anyone out there? If you are, we could use some meat.
Okay. Are you so you're going to shout that into the woods? Okay. All right.
Don't worry about it. This is a foolproof plan.
So what is Cyrano thinking while he's up his tree? What are you looking for? Like
He's thinking, what the hell is what he's thinking.
Shut up.
Yeah. What? No, but if I can see all four of them, I'm going to wait until the 3 melee characters go forward, leaving the crossbowman behind, and that's the one I'm going to go after.
Okay. So you're making an assumption that the guy with the short bow is probably not going to rush into the fray.
I would assume so.
Logic would, yeah.
We'll see, but that's kind of my strategy is,
okay.
He's going to try to be hidden and cute, and I'm just going to come down on top of him.
Okay. And Annie, what's your current thought process?
Yeah, so I had kind of moved over here saying I was going to collect wood, and I'm guessing I see this guy.
You'll
Here,
see the
maybe?
dark, shadowy
Kinda?
figure loitering in the dark, yes.
Basically, I will pretend to be picking up wood, and if I see him move forward, I will immediately take out my scimitar and attack.
Well then, in that case, as you sit there with your tension and getting ready and poised, let me see, where's my thingy? Here we go. Alright. Once they've kind of gotten as close as they feel that they can get, suddenly you guys hear a whoosh, and the bushes and everything rustle as these things rush forward. So as they start to move, based on the initiative, Alekma, you are first on the initiative. You've beaten them.
All right, so I'm going to chuck a javelin to the one that's right in front of me, basically.
Okay, so as he kind of comes up out of the ground, is this dude right here? Okay, he has basically a small shield, but the shield actually looks like it's well made. And he has like a crude-looking hand axe. He is wearing mishmashed armor. You can see some pieces of chain in there amongst his fur. Most of this looks like these are not things that they own or had, though. It's probably stuff that they have gathered up and taken from people that they've mobbed and robbed. Okay, let that javelin fly then, my friend.
Huzzah! Huzzah!
All right, 18 for 11.
Ooh.
All right, yep. So are you left-handed or right-handed?
Wow.
Right-handed?
Okay. So Alekma basically kind of pops up and hurls the javelin, flies swift and true underneath the tree, hits the shield. As it hits the shield, you hear a loud clang, and it ricochets up and tears into his shoulder. You hear a loud kind of grunted, humanoid, but clearly guttural cry of pain from him.
I'm going to take a 5-step back, and that'll end my turn.
Okay. So you hurl the javelin and step away from the fire.
Spring back.
All right. They are actually next on the initiative.
Sorry.
We got a 30-foot move here. We're going to have a... Let's see, I'm going to measure... I know that one's close enough, but I need to measure how far that is from him. Okay, yep, so he will be able to bum rush and get to you this turn. And this one... Okay, so, Cyrano, you were 100% right. The one with the bow stays crouched down, and the logical target, based on where he is, he couldn't really see Annie, because there's a huge tree trunk in the way, and he would have a hard time seeing Britannica, so he is going to let his short bow fly towards Olekma. Alrighty. And they are at... Alright. The arrow lets loose! Alright, as it does so, you hear a... And then and from your vantage point, you see him hurl the busted bow down on the ground. It just snapped.
Nice.
So, yeah. That was very fortuitous for you. Alright, so Annie, one comes charging out of the undergrowth.
Okay.
Bulldozing straight towards you with a big, heavy hammer that looks more like the sort of mallet that you would use to, like, drive big tent pegs down into the ground or knock cartwheels back onto a cart. It's not really a weapon, but if you're big and you're strong and you can wield this thing, it's a weapon. And he is going to swing it towards you as he comes rushing out of the trees. With a huge walloping thump, it crashes into you. Do you have a shield?
I do have a shield.
Okay, ow! So, you get your shield up at the last minute, but there's an almighty bang! As you're knocked backwards and you can feel the vibration shudder through your arm, bruising your shoulder. You're going to take 9 points of damage from that.
Oh my god.
Right,
Thank
now,
God that wasn't me.
I need... So, this is something that's going to be very new for this campaign. It's a thing. I can't explain what I'm doing with it yet. But I want all of you guys to roll me a percentage dice at this point.
Okay.
Okay.
And whoever rolls the highest, that's the relevancy.
Where do I get that?
/R 1D100.
Say dice, roll
So
percentage.
Serrano is on a 65, Jane is on a 60.
D100?
Yep.
Yeah. Ooh.
Damn it. 69 for Chris Tactics. Okay, so the important thing to notice here is Chris Tactics rolled the highest in that roll. Okay, it's relevant.
Cool.
Okay.
Did it or I didn't do it?
Yeah.
So that could either be good or it could be bad. 69, dudes.
Hey, that's always good in my book.
Okay, right.
No,
Okay, yeah. So, Annie, yeah, you got belted by this thing pretty hard. Okay, Alekma, the other one that charged through towards you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you were lucky and did not get shot by the short bow.
Oh my god.
But unfortunately, the business end of that hand axe is going to come very, very close. So this is 3.5, and you have to confirm crits. Which is a good thing in this case. And we don't use open-ended crits.
Oh my god.
So yeah, it's gonna be a crit.
Oh my gosh.
This is like my barbarian who got critted by...
You're gonna die in the first combat of the new campaign.
It's like 12 damage.
All right. Okay. So, just as a reminder, as it is 3.5. Let me double check something here.
Oh my god.
All right. Yeah. So the damage dice is going to get rolled 2 times.
Yeah.
So 2d8 plus 2. All
Gorgeous.
right, Alekma. 10
Ooh.
points of damage. Okay,
Oh,
the
no.
axe slams real hard.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I fall down.
No!
All right, Alekma already hits the ground. Harsh.
Can I say something before I fall down?
You can scream fuck if you
Reaction.
want.
Can I be like, attack? No!
What did you just say?
I scream to my snake and say, attack! And then I die.
Get it! Does your snake it has stats?
It's on my neck, and it has stats. I have the stats.
Okay.
Great, we've got a new party member.
Your snake can definitely have a retaliatory strike if it wishes.
Please, yes, okay. We go to the stats and. All right. There we go.
Alrighty. Okay, that's a hit.
So it's damage plus poison.
All right.
DC 10 to survive. Fortitude, Constitution based.
Yep. So roll the bite damage.
It's 1.
Okay.
It's just 1. It just.
And it needs to make a fortitude save.
DC 10. Yes.
Alrighty.
Come on.
Let's see.
Oh man, level 1 sucks.
See, this is the thing. You're so used to playing
like,
badasses.
Ah.
Okay, and he will pass the save, but he still gets bit by the snake. Okay. So here's the fun.
Okay.
Not so much fun for me.
And the last one. Oh, okay. So the
Thank
one that
God.
swings towards Britannica. Kugo the Mighty, thanks for the resub, buddy. Pants off at the height. What a time to join. What a time to come in. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, what does this guy have? I think this is the one with the club, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. He's got a big, just gnarly
Don't die.
club that's got broken pieces of branch still out of it, like as a spike. So he kind of like raises it up and starts to swing in your direction, but it catches the branch directly behind him and fails to actually get a successful blow with this thing. All right. Britannica, you are next.
Okay, so seeing him do that and being all stuck like that, I'm going to. I think I want to grab the. What is it, a mace or whatever that he has?
It's just like a big wooden club. Yeah.
I'm going to grab the hand that has the club to grab it out of his hand, and I'm going to kick him with my other leg back into the trees.
Okay, so you want to try to grapple this dude, is what you're saying then?
I do. I want to disarm him, basically.
All right. Okay, so it's either a grapple or a disarm. It's one or the other. So if your intent is to try to disarm him,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Let's see here. So yeah, you can attempt to disarm, and knock the weapon out of his hand. So how it basically works is, unless you have improved disarm as a feat, you will incur an attack of opportunity if you fail.
Oh, no.
Because it is a risky thing, because you're basically putting yourself in harm's way. But how it works is you and the defender make an opposed attack rolls with your weapons. You have a two-handed weapon, yeah?
Yeah.
That gives you a +4 on a disarm.
Okay.
So if you're actually using it as a disarm, you get a +4.
And you rolled a 69, so.
Oh, that's just something entirely different.
If that's not a sign, though, I don't know what is.
Tell me about it.
All right.
So what do I do?
And if you succeed, you don't do any damage, but you will knock the weapon out. So basically, you're going to make a regular attack with your weapon, but you're going to get a +4 because it is a two-handed weapon and you're doing a disarm attack. But as I said, you would normally provoke an attack of opportunity. There's nobody close enough to do it other than him. So if you fail, he gets an attack of opportunity. If you succeed, he can't, of course, because he won't have a weapon. So, right. So you get to attack first, as soon as you are instigating the disarm.
Sorry.
You're out of the group.
I don't know what to click on. What do I click on?
Weapon attack.
Yeah, if you
On
find
your weapons tab, it's the leftmost under weapon 1.
Oh, under weapon.
Yeah, not the middle or the right.
It's a little different with the macros and stuff. So.
Oh, so I just attacked with my weapon, like.
Yeah, you're basically.
Okay.
Effectively, that's what you're doing because you're trying to. The way it works is really you've got your two-handed axe in your hand, so really that's what you're going to be using to kind of knock his weapon clean.
Okay, and no, I don't put any pluses in it.
+4.
+4 under what? Just.
Additional attack bonus.
Additional attack bonus.
But just put 4, not
yeah.
plus
Don't put
4.
the plus. Just put number 4,
Okay.
and it'll add it to your attack. Okay.
Ooh!
Okay.
All right. That's gonna be.
Would have been a great attack.
That's gonna be tough for him to
Should have
stop.
just attacked him!
Shut up!
And he rolled well, but not well enough. Okay, yep, so, you basically, using the butt end of your big-ass axe, you smash into his club, knocking the club out of his hand, and then you said you wanted to kind of just push him back into the trees with your foot, yeah?
Kick him back,
I think with a roll that good enough, that is more than enough to do that. Okay. So yeah, you give him a hard, hefty push. The axe goes, or his club goes flying off into the trees, and he lets out a kind of a loud grunt as the weapon is ripped from his fingers, and probably didn't feel too good. Cyrano, you are up in the canopy of the trees. You can only move short distances in the trees, but you can move enough. And because he is under the tree, you could, in theory, quietly move directly above him and drop down.
Assassin!
And in my head, I'm gonna say Geronimo! On top of him.
Love it. Is that your little war cry, Geronimo? All right. So first of all, you want to give me a move silently roll.
Sure.
To move quietly through the canopy of the trees.
Damn it. Okay.
It won't need to be too high because he is worried about what's going on. He's oblivious to the fact that you're up there.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. He hears nothing as you position yourself poised in the branches directly above him.
Okay. And then it's just a weapon roll?
You're going to be making, effectively, be the equivalent of your surprise attack, so that means he doesn't get to add any dex armor or anything like that. It's only his pure armor because he's technically flat-footed. So it doesn't make your roll any better, but it means he's easier for you to stab.
Oh my god.
This is the stupidest game in the world.
Why do you play it so much?
See, this is so how Reroll. This is what happens on our show.
We're gonna die.
You make the perfect positioned attack, drop out of the tree.
Should have tried to disarm him.
It's moments like this that make it all worthwhile.
Don't worry, Matt. I'll send you a scone as a gift basket.
All right. So here's actually what happens. I actually screw you. I don't have the fumble thing added in here. Otherwise, I would have actually got a result from that. We'll have to add that later. But anyway, so yeah, you basically drop down out of the trees. Before you get the business end of your short sword to bear, your foot lands first. So you do kind of land on the guy. It does knock him to the side, but you and him both end up in a crumpled heap on the ground next to each other. So it could have been worse. But
Raining.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Hey, at least you're not unconscious on the floor.
And look at that damage roll too. Oh my god, dude.
Well, there would have been 1d6 on top of that, so possibly 5 damage.
Would have rolled a 1.
all right, Annie.
Alright.
Annie,
Okay.
you are up.
Yeah. As my vision is blurring and I'm kind of wobbly, I'm like, no. And I take my scimitar and I go, you evil thing! And I'm going to attack with my scimitar and also smite evil because I'm very scared.
Okay, so you're applying Smite Evil to your scimitar
Yes.
attack. Okay.
So I'm going to add my charisma bonus and then deal 1 extra point if I hit.
Smite thee, O smiter!
Oh, I'm scared. Oh, I forgot to do my additional damage bonus, but it would be 5 damage.
Alright, and is that a correct hit?
Huh?
Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Well, is it a hit? It's a 12.
A 12. No, I meant you've got all the correct.
I added the 4.
So the 4 is on that as well.
Isn't it? No,
Yeah,
that'd
no.
be like if I rolled a 1.
Um,
No, it's on it.
it's on there.
Yeah, it's on there. No!
Okay, I'm afraid that's not quite enough. All right, you slash at him with your scimitar. He kind of is able to bring the big, heavy end of the mallet up at the last moment as it ricochets off the tip of his huge hammer. Okay, so Alekma, you are on the ground. So were you just KO'd exactly? How many hit points did you have?
I actually have 0 hit
So you're on
points,
0. Okay.
I'm disabled, but not
I'm
unconscious.
disabled. Hello, I'm disabled.
Don't go there.
Okay.
Having 0 through 5 is you can do 1 action, right?
Correct. That's why I'm asking, because you're disabled, not unconscious. So
But then I lose a health point, right? So I go to -1 after the 0.
not necessarily.
Well, actually, there is something I can do. Oh, but I took a lot of I took damage. So I'd have to roll concentration, wouldn't I? I tried to heal myself.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, basically, what it is
Shit.
because it's only from -1 to -10 is basically the dying thing, right? Disabled is at 0. You don't go if you only went to 0. You can make a single move, standard action, or whatever. Let's see. And then after that action, you will drop down to -1. So you get to act, but then you'll go down to -1. Unless anything happens to raise your hit points back up, right? Now, you also do get a 10% chance to becoming stable.
Okay, so
once you drop down to -1, there's a 10% chance you will naturally stabilize.
if I cast a spell, I'd have to roll, because I took 10 damage, I have to roll over 10 in order to concentrate, right? Through the pain? Or is it 10 plus like another number
That's
that's
10 plus 10.
So
Thank
so
you.
I'd
You
have
have
to roll
to roll
a natural 20.
If you don't have anything in concentration, it's yeah.
I have 2. I have a total bonus of 2, so I'd have to roll a 19 or higher.
Right.
Okay, so
I believe that is correct.
okay. Well, I mean that's still risky anyway.
Let me double check because when we're bouncing between
additions, it gets complicated.
additions. I do like to double check myself, but I think I'm pretty sure it's for 3.5. It's 10 plus the damage dealt. Yes, that is correct. 10 plus the damage dealt. So 10 plus 10 would be a 20 would be needed.
I'm not doing that. So as a last concerted effort, as I'm falling to the floor, basically, I'm going to take my spear, which was in my left hand, my javelin in my right, spear in the left, and just do a single attack.
Try to stuff it into his stomach
drive it
as you
his
collapse
heart.
backwards. Okay, go for it.
And I want to be like, ugh. I'm not saying anything heroic.
Rayshan Kitty, take care.
Ugh.
Oh dear.
So it's a
All right. Okay, yeah, you thrust up with the spear. and he just kind of knocks it aside as you kind of lose your strength and fall unconscious. You can make your attack with your snake again, but he's resisted the poison. The most that can really happen is he can be bit again for a point.
One more bite. Or not.
Okay. All right. It is
the Electra collapse.
Right. It is their turn. Okay. This dude, seeing you collapse to the ground, he is going to go here to assist his buddy. So he is going to move over and take a swing.
No.
At you. Alrighty. Right, he swipes at you with his axe. What is Britannica's AC?
It is 17.
Okay. Yep. He swings at you, but you see him coming from your side peripheral, and you're able to duck underneath. Right, this one.
Hurt myself.
Under the circumstances, now he's got a friend that's showing up. He's actually going to dive. He's going to try to just attempt to grab his weapon. You may make an attack of opportunity on him if you wish, because he's going to leave the 5-foot range and attempt to grab it.
I'm going to do that.
So you get an attack of opportunity basically once per game turn. So you make a regular attack on him, and if you hit, it sucks for him.
Please hit. That's a 20.
All right, is a natural 20. The crit
that
isn't
natural
confirmed,
20.
but it does still count as a natural 20, and it does hit hard as hell.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
All right.
Natural 20.
The first time, dude.
I'll show you how later.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, show Matt how to dice. All right, that's 2 natural 20s for Chris Tactics. Way to go. All right. So the one that got hit with the javelin, he's the one that's already there. Okay, he's on that side. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. So now this is just an attack of opportunity. So this isn't your attack at all. So this is just a bonus altogether. So you're going to basically blast him as he turns to run. Give him a huge heavy thump on the back. The blade of the axe doesn't really dig in, but the full weight of it comes crashing down, and he kind of stumbles onto one knee as he lunges to attempt to get his club back. You are... Let's see, that's that. So that's not your round yet. We've rolled for him. All right, down here with Annie. Annie, are you okay? Oh my good God.
No. No.
Hey, what are these?
Oh my God.
Of course. Yes, I love it.
This is horrible.
This is horrible. I know, right? But this is what happens when we play with open dice. All right.
How are you guys getting 2 numbers to show up on your dice when you roll it? Is that a code? Is that a cheat?
How do you get an extra one, you mean?
How do you just get 2 numbers to show up? I just don't
Oh,
get
you
it.
have the wrong one. You only have the 1-digit dice.
Oh, whoops.
All right.
Oh no. Think.
Okay, well, despite that, he only hits you for 5, Annie, so you're actually okay. All right, so Serrano, you are, Cyrano, you're on the ground with yours, and he is basically, his short bow is already on the ground. He has no weapon except a dagger, which he's trying to, he's going to try to grab it, but rather than grab the dagger, as soon as you're kind of on top, he's going to attempt to grapple.
What? Okay.
Because you two are kind of on the cusp of each other here.
Okay.
So let's see. So it's going to be an opposed grapple check.
Okay. Now, does escape artist help in any way here? Because I'm not trying to grapple this dude. I'm trying to get away from this guy.
Right. Well, it's your grapple roll is going to basically be try to stop that. But I think with a successful grapple, let me see. Hold on.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to wiggle out.
Yeah, hang on.
So are you down, Jane?
No, she's fine.
Yeah, I am down.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Yes, God, we're getting destroyed!
Oh, you got hit again? I didn't realize.
Yeah.
That's right. You got hit once
First time.
before. That's right. Fun.
If you rolled over a certain number, she would have died, I feel.
Yeah, I would.
I mean,
I'm
that-
so
that-
lucky right
Could
now.
have done 18 damage, which would have. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, you do an opposed grapple check, right?
Okay.
To see if he can grapple you. If you
Gotcha.
win, he fails to grapple. If he does grapple on your turn, you can basically use Escape Artist
Okay.
to try to break out of that. That's how that
All right.
works.
It's a straight D20 for me then.
All right. And he is going to get a... Oh, yeah, you beat him. Okay, so he fails to grapple you. So
Oh.
basically, he's scrabbling around trying to lay hands on you. As I
Kiss
said,
him
he
on the
chose to
forehead.
do that instead of pulling a weapon, so he
Give him the
doesn't
kiss
have a
of
weapon
death.
right now.
He did the dirtbag handshake. It's coming.
All right, okay. And that is them. So next up is Britannica.
Okay.
Okay, so
So
you've got
roll
one
my
that you just hit on the
stabilization?
back.
Oh.
The one that's to your left is the one that's already been bitten by a snake and stabbed with a spear. So he looks pretty beat up.
Kill!
All right.
I'm gonna go for that one, obviously.
Okay, hold on. Let me. So I'm just gonna pull your sheet up real quick, because this is where the little thingies that are to do with this campaign
What are
are gonna
you
start
up to,
coming in. So
Blort?
hold on.
Ooh,
Scores up to a lot of little thingies, apparently.
Yeah.
little thingy.
All right. Let's
I'm just
see.
over there wiggling like a little fish trying to get away from this guy. Dino's like,
Form of fish.
come here! Come here!
Nope. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Get me.
No.
Okay, so yeah, this is the dude you're attacking first, right? Okay, let's get your attack roll first,
Okay. I'm so scared when you
because
say it
obviously, like you can see the dire situation, and this is what this is about, right? It's all to do with 18.
Nice.
All right.
Awesome.
So first of all, you swing around with your great axe. You're gonna kill this guy. So how do you want to take him out?
I want to chop his head off.
Okay, so his head goes flying up in the air.
Trophy.
Yeah, just
Okay, now, so this is the first time that this is going to have come into play in the campaign, and that's why we had the dice roll, because I wanted to see who necessarily it would trigger on first. So as that happens, just for a moment, who's still conscious? Serrano. Okay, Serrano, you will see a flash of light, a brilliant flash of light somewhere over behind the tree line. You're not sure what it is, but it's a huge, big, dazzling illumination. Okay. So basically, Britannica, this has never happened to you before either, but all of a sudden, your skin becomes radiantly bright in color, and like beams of light go out from your skin. It's so bright that it kind of lights up the entire area here. And we have, let's see, let me measure the distance from you. Oh, I don't need to. Okay. Alright, literally what happens is the light goes... This humongous beam of translucent radiance just blasts out. This guy, It hits him from the back. He falls forward and and you can see his eyes just glazed over completely. As did this guy, and as did this guy. So all of them have just gotten effectively blinded temporarily. You don't know how you did it. You don't know why it happened. But it did.
Cool.
Okay.
Did it give me a health?
No, it's not a healing light.
Oh, shucks.
Care then. Don't care.
Right, yeah. But, yeah, it's basically, they are all stunned at this point for a turn. They gave them a saving throw, and they failed it miserably. Okay,
Huh?
so with that, let's see. Alekma, you can give me a percentage dice roll, 10% or less,
Yeah.
to see if you stabilize naturally.
No.
Nope. Okay. Cyrano, it is your turn. Your guy is just, his eyes have like gone completely dilated. You have no idea what just happened to him. You know there was a flash of light, but he isn't doing much right now. He's not even struggling.
Okay, I'm gonna try to stab him.
Alright. And being that he is technically prone, you can use your murderous ability should you do so, and he is prone, so you get pluses to hit and +4 to hit.
+4? I don't think I have the option to add that, though, when I roll.
You do if you do the... It should ask you to add a... when you click on the macro, it should say advantage.
Additional.
I mean, it should say, like, flanking, yes, whatever, and then it says additional bonuses.
Weapon 1 attack or weapon full attack?
Oh, just one.
Just one.
Yeah, it didn't ask me that last time.
Yeah.
Nope, it doesn't ask me that.
Okay, well, then add
So
4
add
to
four,
it.
add 4 to that.
Alright, yeah, it's definitely going to hit.
Okay, for a cool 2 damage. Cool.
Oh, dear. Alright,
So wait, is sneak attack?
sneak attack damage.
He doesn't
you should
see
have...
me!
No, that's what I'm saying. You sneak. It is a sneak attack. That's what I said. So you should have your sneak attack damage to add as well.
So that's 1d6, right?
Yeah. So add additional d6. So another. Oh, there we go.
We did
That
it!
was better.
A green number, yay!
So that's what they are for.
Oh!
You do have them, see?
All right, Annie. You need to make your stabilization roll, 10% or less.
Okay. Here goes. Oh.
Nope.
Alright. So I go down -1, right?
Yeah.
Go down 1?
Yep.
Right.
Okay. And you are okay. So next turn, Alekma, you still have a snake.
Yeah. I guess you go for the nearest creature, right?
Okay.
Slither over there, but that might take more than his movement. So.
No, he can get there easy enough because he was only right here.
Oh, okay.
He's
All
got
right.
that slither speed.
I'm gonna kill steal this from everybody.
He can get a +4 to hit. And this one hasn't resisted against the poison yet, so...
Nope. DC 10?
Yep.
Come on.
That snake does no more
But-
damage than me.
Bite him on the glutes. Oh my god.
No, he's going to
Never mind.
pass, so he just takes...
glutes!
Sure.
Alright, he gets bit,
On the
but he's
gluteus
not going to die
maximus.
from the poison. Okay,
I bite him on his haunches.
Alright, Britannica. So you are up next. He is
The only one
prone,
doing shit.
and you get +4
Hey, I
to
did
hit.
stuff!
Alright, I'm gonna hit him.
Alright.
No, he's really...
You still, at this turn, you will still get +4.
Okay, so do I add that somewhere?
Yeah, when it pops up the thing and says
Attack
any
bonus?
bonuses, yeah, put a +4.
Okay. Go! Relaxy.
14! Okay, yeah, how do you want to kill that one?
Yes!
I wanna chop his head off again!
Okay, it's all about the heads.
Out.
Alright, you decapitate that one as he lays on the floor, and the head just goes, rolls off from the side of the body.
Do I get super light power again?
No, you don't.
Don't be greedy, dude!
Maybe that was the trigger!
you thought when I cut people's heads off, I get this.
It's a fair assessment, to
I
be
was gonna
honest.
say it's not a bad theory.
So can I move after that?
You can because you haven't moved yet.
Okay, because I'm gonna run over towards where I see. Can I make it to Annie?
You could make it.
You can. Yeah, you can get there.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm gonna
See a slim
run over towards her.
All right.
I'll run over to her.
And she, I mean, obviously she's got one that's dealing with her. All right, Serrano, you get one more round with a +4 against this dude.
Oh, I do. Okay.
Mhm.
Hey, there's the bonus. Thanks, Shag.
For 6. But you also get your additional D6 for
I
a
do.
stabby thing.
Come on, let's see it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he's done. Where do you want to shank him, or do you want to saw his head off with your short sword?
Oh, is that how you do it?
No, I just give a little flip and go, they're backhanded, and just slit the throat.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So from your position, like laying on top of him, from your rolling around on the ground, yeah, you finally managed to skewer him to the floor. Okay. There is one left. Okay, witnessing his friends dying and hearing the gurgling sound of the last one, he's going to run for it. He's not smart enough to do anything except, I mean, fear is going to grip this guy, and he is going to attempt to flee through the trees! To the trees! That will mean that Britannica will get an attack of opportunity.
Get him!
Chop off with the head!
Off with your head!
Yep.
And do I add the 4 again still?
No, because he's not prone now. He's just running for it.
A bit.
But again, this isn't your attack. This is your attack of opportunity.
Ooh.
Well, he hadn't been hit. But he is going to die for his attempt at fleeing. So,
Jesus.
yeah, 18. How do you want to kill this dude? I mean, his back's to you. He starts running, and you've got your axe ready and poised to swing at him as he legs it.
I'm just trying to get him, so I'm just going to come straight down the middle of his back and just cleave him in half.
Leave him.
All right, yeah. So the axe buries deep into the back of his body. You see his kind of arms just out to the side as his weapon drops to the floor, and you literally have to use your foot to push against his back to pull the axe free, and then he just drops, slumped down to the ground. About that time, you can see through the trees. Cyrano just kind of getting up off of the ground, and you can see he's just skewered his. But unfortunately, while there are 4 of these creatures dead on the floor, a couple of your companions are not moving either. All right, what do you want to do?
So I'm standing over Annie right now.
Cut her head off. I got it. Right.
Yeah.
I know how this goes. I've seen this before. Okay.
Maybe she's got some light in there. So I'm gonna check her out, see if I can like stop some wounds from bleeding.
Yeah, you can make so you can basically try to stabilize her with a heal check.
Yes. Wherever that may be. There it is. Would I do a heal?
Yes, you would.
Yeah, do a heal.
Do a heal.
Do one of them heal things.
I don't know how to do that. Does that help?
13. Let's see.
You like that? Under the pup.
Okie dokie. So do you have any? I mean, I don't know. Does your character have any like? Does you have like a? I know we didn't really kind of go over all the gear, but would you have like a healer's kit and stuff like that with you?
I don't think I took anything like that. I don't know.
Alrighty. Okay.
Like nothing.
So basically, you're just kind of like just trying to wrap bandages around the wounds and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Able?
What are you doing, Serrano?
So I'm gonna run out and kind of take stock. Say, okay, I got 5 of them. Are we good?
No, you didn't. Get over here.
All right. What happened? Annie?
Annie's down.
Where's Enigma?
What you do
Electro's
both here is somewhere beyond the trees, a little further away, you hear something. As you kind of hear a large bush get moved. And it sounds like something is actually moving away from you guys right now. Like there was something else there that observed or was waiting in the winds, and it has decided that now's probably not a good time to go and stick its nose out.
Probably saw what I did to those 5 guys. Where's Alekma?
He's over there. Can you see if you can stabilize him or something?
Sure.
And I'm going to do a cool little jump off this barrel here and land next to him.
Okay. Making a heal check.
Healer's kit now. Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you that you probably just saved the party.
Oh my god.
Of course I did. First 5 guys.
Because you are able to heal and stabilize, because it is a 15 to stabilize somebody.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And because Chris Tactics, I'm afraid, didn't stabilize Britannica. So,
Sorry,
but fortunately, you have managed to stabilize.
You
and
rolled
get,
well where it mattered.
and get Alekma back to the realms of consciousness. So, yeah, he is kind of.
Hey, big guy. Hey.
What?
Hey, we need you to... Annie's down. We need your help.
Hurry! She's losing some blood.
Hurry, she's probably losing a lot more than a little blood, so get up.
Comes my last breath.
It's her last breath.
I'm gonna give her mouth to mouth.
Bring,
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna like feebly say, bring her to me.
No.
I can't get up. I'm at 0 health. I'm disabled still. I'm smoking
Oh my god!
I can't move.
Drag him over.
I'm gonna drag you.
I guess it didn't have to be him, but I was like,
You could have dragged Annie to him, but no. Go get him. Drag him to Annie.
Drag someone.
Here comes my last breath.
She said
All right. Okay. What do you?
Put his hand-
What you get an action? What do you want to do?
I am going to lay my hands on Annie's forehead, and I'm gonna say, "May Alona save you." And then I'm gonna cast Cure Light Wounds.
Okay.
his big ass hand just plows on her face.
Go ahead.
It literally does. Yeah.
Heal you.
There's no grace to this. I just do.
Yep.
May
Not too
Alona
hard,
heal
you might
you.
kill her.
All right.
Yeah,
So you've basically healed. You're healed 5.
So from my negative state.
Yep. But you will also stabilize. So.
Okay. I go. Where are they?
So
Did we
you
get them?
basically you're still
Are they
counting as
dead?
like both of you are on the ground and you're like.
Am I dead?
No, you're alive.
Yes,
I
come
killed
on.
all of them.
That could have been real fun.
What?
We need to sleep now.
2 hits and I was dead.
They
That's
hit
tough
hard.
now, are you?
I think maybe I don't want to do this anymore. Cannon Beans is done.
It's a silly name.
Well, while they're wallowing in their own sorrow, I'm gonna go around to. I'm gonna go around to the bodies and see.
Serrano's such an ass. I love it.
Yeah, just to see if there's
That's
anything.
not Serrano. That's him.
Right?
Where are you, madam?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm just immediately gonna like.
Is that all? Is that all the healing you've got for the day?
I only have 1. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'd probably passed out quickly from exhaustion of being dead for a while.
All right. So basically, you two are. Yeah. So I guess you're gonna just be laying down by the campfire, trying to recuperate a little bit and resting.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
What's Britannica doing?
So I'm gonna kind of check them over a little bit, make sure they're all tucked in. Then I'm gonna follow
Mama.
Cyrano over, check out bodies, and just see like.
All right. So what's Cyrano doing while you're basically positioning sleeping, semi-conscious people and tucking them in? What's Cyrano up to?
I'm going to the bodies to see if there's any trophy that we could use to show that we did the job. If there's any money or what, any pretty much their belongings.
Okay. Yes, as I said before, it's kind of like what they have is a ragtag. The stuff they own is pretty primitive looking. One of them has a fairly decent looking shield that obviously he probably acquired from a caravan guard or whatever. If you're going to kind of go through and obviously I'm assuming anything of value you want to take, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a percentage dice roll.
Sure.
$29. Okay. There's 4 of them. So that'd be... Okay, so it would appear that they must have been at this for a little while. You managed to loot 47 gold pieces off of the 4 of them. Every one of them has got what appears to be a strand, like several strands, like a bracelet that's been made of strands of what looks like horsehair that's got beads in it, and they all have it wrapped around their wrists. The one with the short bow that you stabbed out, he's got 8 beads on his. 2 of the others have got 6 beads. And the one that had the big club that Britannica disarmed, he only has 4 beads on his.
Okay.
They don't look valuable, but every one of them had this particular thing on them.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're kind of looting this body here, once again, somewhere in the trees, you hear something moving around. Whatever it is, it sounds bigger, like it's not able to move particularly quietly. Kind of glance into the darkness, but can't see whatever it is, but you can definitely hear it back there. It's probably maybe 50 yards into the further into the trees.
Okay, I'm gonna take those one of the bracelets at least.
Okay.
Off of one of them. And you said I can hear something going on, or was that Britannica that could hear that back there?
No, probably both of you can hear it because I mean it's all quiet now.
And does it still sound like it's going away, or does it still sound like it's kind of back there?
It actually initially it was moving away, but now it sounds like it's just loitering back there.
Hey, hey, Britt.
Yeah? What?
Did you hear that out there?
Yeah, it was. What is that?
I don't know. Should we find out?
Well, not with those 2 lying on the ground. What are we gonna do? Can you sneak over there and just...
Clearly we don't need them.
Well, yes, you have a point there. We don't really need them, but I don't want them to just get stabbed in their sleep.
Well, what if you just, like, use a series... I have rope. We could use them like scarecrows, so they think we have more numbers. And we could maybe scare them off. Or we could use them as a shield of sorts.
I like both of those ideas.
I figured you would.
Also like the idea of you just sneaking over there and seeing if you can check it out.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe you could have my back though, in case something goes wrong. Not that it would, but just in case.
Oh, sure, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that doesn't sound convincing.
Look, and I kind of shake the blood off my axe. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. Sure. All right. Well, here I go. Zoop.
And into the bushes I go. I am gonna try to see if I can sneak over there to kind of see what's going on.
Okay, so you're gonna try to. And what's Britannica doing? Just staying poised and ready.
I'm just gonna be ready. Yeah.
In case he screams bloody murder.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Cyrano. Give me a move silently roll.
Okay, where is? Okay.
Okay. Right, so you quietly sneak into the trees. Okay. Once you're kind of in here, you can see that there seems to be like an old game path or trail that's kind of running through here, which is no doubt where they were coming from. Shining down from the moonlight, because this is a little bit of a, as I said, it is like a trail, it's a bit of clearing. You can see a couple of things. You can see over here, near this tree, is one of those things. Whether or not he was the leader, whether or not he was just chicken shit, who knows? But he seems to be talking to somebody on a horse. Which, with a tree cover and canopy, seems a bit odd until this thing turns around and comes out of the tree. And you realize it is not a horse. It is some kind of man that has a horse body and a big, long spear. You may or may not have heard of centaurs or whatever, I don't know. But that's basically what it is. And they seem to be having a quiet conversation. Periodically, you see whatever that weird-looking creature was, that strange goblinoid thing, keeps pointing over in your direction. Temporarily, you might think, shit, he might see me. But then you realize he's completely oblivious to the fact that you're here. He's just pointing in the direction of where all the, wherever the stuff happened. At that point, you see the centaur. He appears to have a large shoulder bag over his shoulder, hanging down. He reaches into it, lifts up what looks like some kind of jewelry, like a golden necklace or something, and he tosses it to the one in front of him, who kind of takes it. You see him like look back, and then he looks at it, stuffs it into his armor, gets down low, and slowly starts to sneak back in that direction.
Back towards us?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna wait to see if he goes past me and if anybody else is following him.
Okay. So much like you can anticipate as they snuck up on you the first time, he is very slowly creeping, following the edge of the game trail, following the edge of the trees, and getting closer and closer to your hiding position. Now you'd done your move silently to get here, so no one heard you. But
Okay.
I'm assuming you want to be hidden as well, right?
Yeah.
So give me a hide skill.
Okay.
Alright. Well, it is also very, very dark, and he doesn't necessarily know you there, so while you may not be hidden as best as you could be, it may or may not matter. We'll see. Okay, so he continues to move up. By about now, Britannica, you can give me a listen check. Because much like before, you may hear this dude sneaking up through the undergrowth.
God, listen check's
will.
huge.
I got big ears.
All the better to hear you with, my dear. All right, so yeah, he is moved up. He's kind of like level with you now, so you're probably tucked down behind this bush, and there's like a bush directly across from you, a small clearing, and he is crawling on all fours behind that bush. You're pretty close to the tree line now, so you're thinking you can probably getting close to. He's going to come across the body of his friend that you'd stabbed any minute now.
Okay, I mean, I figure he knows that they're all dead, so I don't think that will surprise him.
I was telling you that more to give you an idea of where he is
I see
in
what you're saying.
conjunction
Okay.
to the caravan. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm going to wait until I think he sees Britannica and kind of sets his sights on her.
Okay.
Evil.
Well, no, not necessarily.
Little shit.
That's not evil.
I don't think so.
Okay.
That's just smart.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Evil.
So yeah, Britannica, again, because you heard him, you kind of look and you can start to see another one of these things is slowly moving, and he's gotten right next to his friend, and he's kind of stopped and poised by his friend's body.
Can I tell if she can see him yet?
Probably not until she does something or acts in such a way that she gives that away. So,
I can hear him, and I don't see.
You don't
Cyrano
see.
yet.
You won't see. You don't know where Cyrano is, and you do see this dude.
Okay, so I'm kind of gonna dart around in the trees, like trying to see if I can see him, see me, and ready my axe, and just
Okay.
wait for this guy.
All right. So you're kind of like just gonna act like you don't know he's there. Is that what you're doing?
No,
or?
I'm more like readying up. I'm looking like I'm
Okay.
looking for trouble.
All right.
Cracking her neck.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's
with
more.
you standing there, you're not hurt yet either, are you?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So Cyrano, he is crouched down and he is poised, and he keeps kind of looking back at the trees and then looking out in the clearing, and then he reaches in and he pulls this necklace out and he takes another look at it in his hand, and it's all and he's kind of like, and he puts it back into his tunic, and now he's just waiting there. Clearly, there's some things going through this dude's mind. Like, he's poised, and it's like he wants to do what he's going to do, but doesn't seem to quite have the nerve to attempt it.
Okay, quick question. Could I hear what language they were talking in when I was looking at them from where I was when they were having the conversation?
You wouldn't have understood it.
Okay. I just didn't know, even if I could tell that it was common, not that I could
It
hear what they were
wasn't
saying.
common, no. It was
Okay,
some
okay.
kind of guttural, kind of
Okay,
gruff language.
okay, got it.
But yeah, he's just poised on the ground. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, you can see Britannica is standing out there in the clearing with her axe poised and ready. You can see the way he keeps glancing in her direction and looking back. He knows where she is.
Okay.
Whether she knows where he is or not, you're unsure.
I'm waiting for him to make that first few steps towards her.
Okay.
Because as soon as he does, I'm going to be essentially like in lockstep with him, coming up behind him.
Gotcha. All right. Okay, so this is what basically happens. He lays there for a good 30 to 40 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually, he takes a good long look behind him as you see him kind of squint. And then he gets up. And he starts to move back into the trees at a side angle. So let me go ahead and pop you back to your map where you can see where it is.
I don't like this.
Okay.
So he is kind of like skulking in this direction.
Okay, I kind of roll my eyes like, come on, get out with it. Do your little thing. Like, I know, I see him. It's funny to me because I see what he's trying to do. He thinks he's, being... all right, come on.
Right.
Do your
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, he disappears into the trees and continues to scuffle in that direction.
So now he's going away from Botanica?
Mm-hmm. But he's not going back to where his buddy was.
Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, well then,
Did I see that as well? Or...
You would have seen him start to slink away from
Oh
you,
boy.
yeah.
okay, I'm going to wait just maybe 30 more seconds or so.
Okay.
And if I don't hear him kind of coming back in this direction, I'm going to sneak back over to Britannica.
Okay. Yeah, no, he's decided that this gold necklace isn't worth dying for, but he's not going to give it back, apparently.
and run.
So, yeah, maybe if Britannica hadn't been standing there with a big-ass axe poised and... Yeah,
All right, so I'm going to sneak back.
Yeah,
over.
okay.
Well, did you find anything?
Oh, yes, there was one more. I scared him off. I think we're in the clear.
Scared him off? What do you mean? Murdered him? Cut his head off?
That's That's a pretty big leap from scaring someone off.
Well, that's the only option, obviously.
They'd
Look
stay
around.
scared.
You could scare people, make like a spooky voice or a threat, perhaps.
You know he's not going to go tell his friends and come back with more.
Because I know where his friends are. They're all here.
Oh, he only has 4 friends. Maybe he has 7.
How many friends do you have?
A lot.
Yeah? Name 5 of them.
Ashley, Lindsay,
Uh-huh.
Ashley 2,
Okay.
Jessica.
Anyways, all right. My point being
And they're
is
all from the valley, apparently.
Ashley's Jessica.
No. He went in the opposite direction. I waited after I scared him off, as I said. I waited to see if he would change his mind and come back, to see if he would find it inside himself to complete his job, apparently, and he did not. So we're fine.
I mean, their job is to kill everyone on this road, but sure, I guess we'll just let him continue doing it somewhere else unknown. That sounds great.
If you want to chase him off into the forest, be my guest.
You had him right there. Why didn't you just kill him?
The killing isn't always the answer. I know that's probably surprising coming from me, as you know, I've killed hundreds of people, but my point being is, I'm also a very good judge of character. And I could tell, after I scared him off, he was not coming back. You know what I did? You know what I killed? I killed his spirit. I killed his motivation. And sometimes, when you kill the motivation of a man, you kill the man. So in a way, I did my job. You're welcome.
Well, if he comes back,
He
you're
won't.
going to kill him.
No, of course.
And then I'm going to kill you.
No, you're not. No, you won't.
Yeah, you see our friends. They're dying, and you let someone slip away.
I didn't let him slip away. I made sure he wasn't a threat. He was not, so he's gone. Again, I don't just kill willy-nilly. He didn't do anything wrong. He stayed back. He left. I have no reason to kill him.
All right. I'll let it go, but...
Will you?
No, I really won't. Anyway, now what?
Now we rest. A job well done. We go back, we get paid when they're ready to travel. And we've saved the town.
And you think we're safe out here tonight?
Well, I don't think we can move them anywhere. They are not fit to travel.
Can we hide them somewhere? Over there where you were? Was there any hiding places?
Well, every place is a hiding place for me.
Okay.
For two more or less dead bodies, maybe not so much. Oh, okay. Oh, forgot to mention one small detail as well.
Uh-huh.
There was a horseman over there.
And that is a perfect place to leave it today. I don't want that conversation to go any further. Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. When I'm not playing a tree-hugging druid on How Reroll, I'm Shagget. You can follow me on twitch.tv/Shagget, where I stream casually, or on Twitter, if you can figure this out, at @eneb_convos. How's that for laziest outro ever? My ass sass. See you guys.
Jane? Jane, what are you doing? You gotta record your outro. Jane? She's dead.
Hi! Jane's dead, but it's me, Jane the Spooky Ghost. You can follow me on my spooky adventures at Jane on Twitch with a 0. That's it. I'll talk to you guys later when you're dead. Please.
What's up, everyone? It's your boy, the Snuggler. Oh man, is it my 3rd campaign already? If you guys do want to follow me, I'm pretty active on Twitter at MattySweetTweet. And if this didn't scratch your D&D itch, Chris Tassix and I have a new podcast coming out. You can find out more information about that If you go to www.newcritsontheblock.com, Jane put it right there for everyone to see. We hope you guys go and check it out and enjoy it. Until next time.
Hi, friends and fans. It's me, Christy. Okay, that's good. I'm new and scared, like a lost little baby bear cub in the big spooky woods of streaming. But luckily, my mentors Snugs and Jane are here to guide me through with grace and wisdom and beauty and muscles and beauty again, but mostly muscles. Jane said I could promote my art and my D&D podcast. That's all I can say about that, because she also said that hogging the spotlight is selfish and ugly. So, thanks for everything, Snugs and Jane. This is Crispy, saying sayonara.
Hi there, I'm Gorbad. Welcome to the Orc's Nest. I'm the Dungeon Master here on How We Roll, and if you'd like to follow me personally, you can do so on Twitter @Gorbad. Check out thedmblog.com for all things Dungeon Master and Dungeons & Dragons related. And of course, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Gorbad. Also, guys, don't forget to keep up with all things How We Roll. Follow us on Twitter @HowWeRoll. Check out the website www.howweroll.com, and make sure you follow us on YouTube as well. Cheers, guys.